Assaults on free speech go into hyperdrive after Charlie Kirk killing. It's amazing how aggressively free speech in the United States is being torn apart in the wake of the Charlie Kirk killing. Jimmy Kimmel was fired after President Trump's FCC threatened ABC when the late-night comic suggested that Kirk's killer was a Trumper. I personally dislike Kimmel, but this is about as naked a government assault on free expression as you could possibly imagine. Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil has been ordered deported to Syria or Algeria after the Trump administration targeted him for political speech critical of Israel. Trump has brokered a deal allowing TikTok to be purchased by a consortium that includes his billionaire buddies Larry Ellison and Mark Andreessen. U.S. officials have acknowledged that Washington's push to grab control of TikTok was because of the opposition to the Gaza Holocaust that was circulating on the platform. Oracle co-founder Ellison is a fanatical Zionist oligarch who has expressed support for the idea of a massive surveillance network to control all of society, and his son David just purchased Paramount, which owns CBS News. The younger Ellison has reportedly installed pro-Israel propagandist Barry Weiss to a senior leadership position within the network. Trump says he has asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to look into bringing criminal RICO charges against Code Pink activists who chanted anti-genocide slogans at him while he was dining at a restaurant, like pro-Palestine demonstrators are mafia kingpins or something. Bondi said during a podcast that the Trump administration is going to start prosecuting hate speech against conservatives, alleging that such speech was responsible for Charlie Kirk's assassination. When asked by the press about Bondi's comments, Trump said, "We'll probably go after people like you because you treat me so unfairly. It's hate. You have a lot of hate in your heart. Maybe I'll come after ABC." Again, ABC was the network Jimmy Kimmel was fired from. Trump henchman Stephen Miller said on a podcast that the White House is going to start targeting leftist terrorist networks, claiming on no basis whatsoever that Kirk's assassination was the fault of a vast domestic terror movement which foments the kind of violence which led to Kirk's death. Trump himself said that, quote, "A lot of people you would traditionally say are on the left are already under investigation," end quote. Vice President J.D. Vance has publicly been encouraging Trump supporters to try to get ordinary members of the public fired for saying mean things about Charlie Kirk, saying, "When you see someone celebrating Charlie's murder, call them out, and hell, call their employer. We don't believe in political violence, but we do believe in civility." Trump's Truth Social account recently shared a video calling for state censorship of media outlets and online influencers who share propaganda, falsely framing this authoritarian notion as a reboot of the Smith-Mundt Act, and suggesting that it should be called the Charlie Kirk Act. When you see me refusing to play along with the campaign to canonize Charlie Kirk or respect the emotional hysteria around his killing, this is the main reason why. His death is already being used to manufacture consent for sweeping acts of tyranny, and it was clear from day one that it would be. The empire managers are always seeking excuses to suppress free speech, crush the left, and stomp out opposition to Zionism and the U.S. war machine. They'll use any chance they get to advance these goals, which are all ultimately about expanding power and control. Many pre-existing agendas are being shoved forward by those in power, as always happens when emotions run hot over a traumatic event. I've said it many times before, and I'll surely say it many times again. It's precisely when we are most tempted to abandon rationality and play along with the emotionality of the moment that we need to be thinking most clearly and critically.